Yes, indeed, folks, it's the illusion of choice! I'm sorry, I'm trying to simulate Luna in the channel, who looks like Justin Bieber and no doubt sounds like him too. Okay, let's have a look at the email box and see what we can find. I'm sure we can find something. Which is quite a lot, isn't there? Okay. Okay, I have an idea. Let us do a multiple illusion of choice. Yes, indeed. That represents several illusions of choices in one 15-minute segment. And the more you know. Right, okay, here's one. Nathan Townsend, rapid fire. Here we go. Mecca of Dubai, Thos. Oceana, retired for 3 months, says this. Dear the host of shows. Where's the button? It's over here.
You dare look upon the host of souls! I shall devour you all!
Although I don't agree with the idea of bring the player, not the class, do you not agree that it solves the issue of having PugX class for Y raid? Because your guild does not have enough of that class. It may also stop people feeling like they have to go a particular spec or itemization for one fight. I'm looking at Mage Tanks, Boomkins for HKM and Gruul's Lair. Shout out for 12 straight hours of Heroes of New Earth at the LAN Cafe. Well, there you go. Yeah, sure, it does. But it also means that the value of each individual class is lessened. The value and the ideas that you have as to what your class can do, and just bear this in mind. Now, as a mage, I am proud of being able to do certain things well. So if they make other classes also able to do what I do well, then why do you even bother bringing me in the first place? This is the backfiring nature of bring the player, not the class. If you homogenize, then invariably, since this is a very simplistic game and is easily mathematically proven as to what the correct spec, correct itemization, and most optimal class spec is, you will get min-maxing raid guilds taking them and them alone, and not bothering with the rest of them. That's what bring the player, not the class is. It's like, think about Bloodlust, for instance. Right now you have to bring a shaman. What happens when you don't have to bring a shaman? Are they able to buff them up in other ways? Which then, of course, defeats the point of bring the player, not the class? No, they're not. And it comes down to the fact that, back in TBC, who did you bring? Actually, no, not TBC. Wrath, indeed. Which do you bring? Out of these three classes, you have the choice to bring Retribution Paladin, Shadow Priest, or Survival Hunter. Which do you bring? Because one of those is better than the others. Guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen. Which means that the min-maxing Raider Guild brings that over the other. Simple as that. So, that really actually defeats the whole purpose of what you were just trying to do with bring the player, not the class. It's irrelevant now. It's pointless. It's a backfiring strategy, and it's poor. Simple as that. Okay, more. Yes, here we go. This is nice. Dear host of shows, I'm not doing that again. Do you think the betas have turned into a new selling point for pre-orders? Yes. Do you think they're mostly glorified demos? Yes. I know that it does involve testing, but game developers such as S2 Games had games like Heroes of New Earth. What the hell is with the Heroes of New Earth? Oh, it's because it's the same dude. Oh, is it, actually? Is it the same guy? Yeah. Stop sending me multiple emails. God. Jeez. You'd almost think I was running out of content or something. Yes, okay, we get it. S2 Games are awesome. I'll happily accept bears with lasers and all that good stuff. Anyway, S2 Games had games like Heroes of New Earth and beta for almost a year. DICE like to do it with Bad Company 2 and Medal of Honor. Do you like this? Well, no, I don't like it. I don't like when betas are used as a glorified marketing opportunity. I don't know how much of Medal of Honor is going to get fixed, because right now it's not very good. It's as simple as that. Yes, I would love to see betas used in the correct way. They can be a marketing tool, but they can also be a tool for making the game better, which is what they used to be. I remember back in the day with a game called Dawn of War. Dawn of War was horrifically badly balanced. Yes, indeed. There was a build where you could fire prisms 2.5 minutes into the game and win by default. It was impossible. And of course, what happened? They released the beta and we were able to test it, present them with findings, and they made changes. Yes, indeed, Dawn of War at launch was probably the only balanced Relic game ever to exist. And now, what have we got? Yeah, oh, jeez. What was the latest RTS? Dawn of War 2. It's a mess. The new RTS, a mess in terms of balance. Their expansions for Company of Heroes, a complete mess. Indeed, not using the beta for what it's supposed to be used for, i.e. balancing and testing. Yeah, you're right. You're damn right I have issues with that. Anyone who's a gamer should have issues with that. Anyone that even plays games casually should have issues with that. You might not care about the beta, but you should surely care about your game being properly tested. I mean, it's a basic set of standards. You wouldn't accept that kind of nonsense with your food. You know, poor food standards get you killed. Poor gaming standards get you bored. Which is worse? Well, in my opinion, gaming boredom is worse than death. Seriously. Go and play the Lost game for 6 hours and tell me that you did not want to hang yourself after that experience. Oh, it's terrible. Anyway. Yeah, that's the answer to that one. Let's have another look. What else have we got? Lots of things. Here's one. Yeah. This is Nader from Hydraxis US. I was wondering what your thoughts regarding replacing a player skill with a number were. Gear scores tended to doom me, as well as several other people, to never seeing ICC and therefore stagnate heavily on dailies and the like for fun. As you might imagine, we don't appreciate this. What would you do to make this not happen? I would make you join a damn raiding guild. Or alternatively, here's an idea. You know all those other people that can't get into pugs because they don't have the gear score? Why don't you ask them to join a 10-man? Wouldn't that be a wonderful idea? Set the guild up and go raid with those people. If there are so many people as you claim, then it shouldn't be a problem to get members. I mean, all you need for ICC is the tier 9 that you get free from running Heroic Good God freaking Keep, and by that point, of course, you'll probably have a little bit of tier 10 as well, because apparently 10-man patchwork justifies tier 10 epic items, claiming, and indeed according to Blizzard. It's true. It's just the state of the game right now. It has never been a better time to be terrible. Seriously, gear score is only an issue for people that pug, so stop pugging. Arrange a fixed group. It can't be that hard to find 9 other people. It really can't. There are thousands of people on your server. Just arrange a group. Make a guild. Guild score is irrelevant if you make your own guild or join a guild that doesn't use guild score, of which there are many, I might add. So don't give me that nonsense. For God's sake. I joined guilds that, no, before we get this out there, no, they did not know who I was. They didn't bring me in just because I did a freaking podcast on the internet. I've joined guilds that were doing top tier raid content and I was wearing some blues. You want to know why? Because I have raid experience. Because I put together a good application. Because I appear to be someone who might actually add something to their guild. And indeed was not an entitled casual. I was willing to pull my weight. You need to pull your weight if you want top tier epic items. It's really that simple. It's not that hard a concept to understand, and I wish more people would do it. Make a guild. Seriously, 10 mans, make it. Why am I keep knocking over this bin? God damn it. See, I'm getting so angry that I'm starting to kick random things in my room. It's violence, folks. That's what happens towards the end of the show. I get a little bit touchy. Okay, I'll see if there's another one. I'm such kind of agony out, man. Seriously. I'll tell you. Okay. Let's see what else we can find right here. Can we read a bit of that? I'll do a little bit of it. This thing is freaking enormous. It's a massive, massive, huge email. Let me go to it. This is in defense of Wrath of the Lich King. Dear TB, I fear that you are selling Wrath of the Lich King short. I thought that the tiers of raiding were very well done. Nax, while out for too long, was a good raiding 101 dungeon. Really, was it? What exactly did it teach people exactly? It taught people that you didn't need to step out of the fire. Example, Hagen. Or anything else that had fire. For God's sake, Thaddeus used to kill you. You remember that? Who remembers that? Hands up in the channel if you remember that. Do you remember when Thaddeus used to kill you? When you made a mistake with the polarity? And not just give you a little bit of a tickle? Yeah, I remember that. Hagen used to kill you. Four Horsemen used to kill you. Actually, come to think of it, a lot of things used to kill you. I'm very surprised that they didn't actually nerf the frickin' Frogger minigame. So very surprised by that. At least one thing managed to make it intact. What did it teach? It didn't teach you anything. Seriously. It taught you bad habits. That's why when people went into Old War, they were suddenly shocked. And then look, nerfs across the board because people can't handle Old War because they've been on bad content for 6 months and it's trained them to be dumb. Dear Lord in heaven. Okay. Old War was phenomenal. Okay, no one's going to disagree with the fact that Old War was a good raid instance. The problem is it came way too late, and there has not been any instance like that since. And it was devalued very quickly. Far too quickly, in my opinion. About 4 months after Old War came out, we had TOC, which had better items across the board and was extremely easy in comparison. Do you really think people went back to Old War? They did not. They absolutely didn't. They went to TOC because, hey, free epics. And it didn't matter anyway, because you could go do TOC, and indeed you could go do Heroics, and you'd get the equivalent level loot anyway, so, you know, why even bother with Ulduar, which is actually hard? Not to say they actually nerfed it into the ground anyway. The badge system is great for gearing up new players, and I think that the idea that that doesn't even make any sense, whatever. Now, people say that, I don't care if anyone's around in Tier 9 gear. You are a liar. Everyone is a liar. If you see people that are exactly like you, you get annoyed. There's just a little thing inside your head that says, why can't I be a unique and beautiful snowflake? You want to know why? Because nobody wants to be part of the damn crowd. Nobody wants to look exactly the same as somebody else. You just need to look at the entire goddamn fashion industry. Claire's accessories wouldn't exist if this was not the case. Yes, indeed, I've just used Claire's accessories as an argument for World of Warcraft. You'll never hear that on another podcast. That's me being a unique and beautiful snowflake. It's bullshit. I'm sorry. I'll come out and happily say that. It is absolute nonsense if you really, honestly think that people don't care that everyone else looks like them. That's nonsense. Risk Reward's been a part of gaming since its very launch, for God's sake. It's been a part of sports for hundreds, even thousands of years, and it continues to be so. High-risk strategy, high-risk plays, high-risk tactics. That's it. All in there. Okay. Let's go on, shall we? We'll just try and finish this email. Badge system means you can farm heroics for 2 weeks and catch up with the rest of us. Yeah, with gear that you didn't deserve. I've already proposed a number of ways in which you could do that do not involve giving someone gear that he does not deserve. There are a lot of ways of doing it. This is a bad system. It is a crippling system. It has brought in the new age of entitled casuals. They expect epics for nothing. Indeed, to the fact where Blizzard has had to recently put out a statement. Funnily enough, I mentioned this on last week's Illusion of Choice, that epics weren't epic anymore, and they've just put out a statement, a few days ago, in fact, saying, yeah, we want to make blues blue again and epics epic again. They had to actually say that. Think about that. Think about what Wrath of the Lich King has done to make that the way that it is. Casuals are now in the hardcore raiders ivory tower. Bollocks they are. That is absolutely rubbish. They're in the ivory tower does not exist anymore. It was demolished to make way for a Walmart. You want to know why? Because it's nice and easy. You go in there and you get whatever you want. You don't have to be too smart about it. It's nice and cheap. No risk reward involved in walking into a Walmart. No barriers to entry. As you can see on peopleofwalmart.com, they're letting anybody. Raiding in Wrath of the Lich King, or should I say Walmart of the Lich King, is a big box supermarket. The ivory tower was demolished. And that's unfortunate because, as far as I'm concerned, the ivory tower was a listed building and a piece of our national goddamn heritage. So don't give me the ivory tower bollocks and expect me to swallow it because I've been playing for longer than 2 days. My name is Total Biscuit. You've been listening to Blue Please here on CynicalBrit.com. Get your shout-outs in for the last 2 minutes of the show. Yes, indeed. I shall send them out there. And then I'm going to do some music and I'm going to put in a little segment at the end telling you about today's Steam deals. That's going to be a daily segment until the end of the Steam sale. It's going to be on the CynicalBrit.com website. You can subscribe to the Gaming Express feed to actually get access to that. I'm going to be recommending the various deals and giving you a few tips on how to save a bunch of money in what could potentially be the Bermuda Triangle of money. Steam, you are evil, 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 evil in so many good ways. Okay, ladies and gents, send them in. You can either send them in over the chat room, CynicalBrit.com with the chat room at the bottom of the screen. Alternatively, send them in over the IRC chat. Also, on irc.quakenet.org, #CynicalBrit. Alternatively, you can send them over my email. Or my Twitter, if you so wish. Email is themolica@gmail.com, or you can send them over Twitter, which is, of course, twitter.com/TotalBiscuit. Very easy. Okay, a shout out to Digital Jedi 13 for being easily offended. Yes, indeed, I made a comment about American soccer players earlier, and so people got really angry. Because, how dare you assault the coast of America? It's funny, isn't it, that America has the largest and most deadly and advanced military force in the world, and yet the only thing you need to apparently assault their shores and make them hide in the bunkers and hurl the nuclear missiles at you is insult their soccer team. Wow, that's so very easy, isn't it? There you go. America bashing. Fun for all the family. Shout out to the video chat. That's from Renaro. Yes, indeed. We have not one, not two, but 3 females in the chat room. It's I think, an optical illusion. It's one of those magic eye things. You know, I'm going to put 3D in everything. I think Tiny Chat's actually put that in there. You've got 2 images. It's actually only 1.5 females in there, really, and you've just got to put on the 3D glass, and then you'll see them pop out of the screen. It's pretty crazy. Whatever the case, yes, it is a little bit crazy. I'll give a shout out to one Avatar 1 who was asleep earlier. Wake up, Avatar! There you go. Thank you very much, basket case. Hef. I don't know what Hef's doing. Ollie's wearing a tea cozy on his head. It's a little bit crazy. B-Drone is surprisingly subdued. We're going to have to do something about that. This Total Biscuit fella who's been sent out of the country completely, and Total Biscuit the immigrant, has taken his place. The Warden, who is here every week and somehow puts up with everyone on the channel, I have no idea if you can share the secret to that. I think you will become the most powerful person on Earth. Indeed, we could perhaps export it to the US military. Zealosass, who has recently joined, I don't know what he's doing. He's sort of standing there with squishing his hand on his face thinking, what are all these people doing? Why are they even here? I don't know who that is because I can't see his face. So he gets no shout out. How dare you. Justin Bieber in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely fantastic there. Round of applause to him. Yes, indeed. Do I have a round of applause? Yes, I do. There we go. Excellent stuff. Fantastic. Always good to see Justin Bieber representing the homies. Kaya Coogan. One of the most complex names that I can't really deal with, I must say. He's complaining about his laptop. Ah. Boo. Who's that? Yes. Korami, been smiling the entire show. You don't get the point of this show. You don't understand. It's too complex for you, apparently. Try Puzzle Quest. You're not allowed to smile in here. Happiness is forbidden, I say. And Renaro. They appear to be... Are they conjoined twins? They seem to be joined at the hip. Although maybe that's for a different reason entirely, but there you go. Right, a shout out to Zan for finally finishing my cover letter and resume. Congratulations, a shout out to the video chat that's been given. A shout out to my raid leader's fried network card that might actually result in a cancelled raid. Celebrate good times, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Come and play LOL with us in the channel or something. Yeah, well, let's do some League of Legends after this. If any of you have got EU League of Legends accounts, come on the Cynical Brit Ventrilo server. You click the community page at the top of cynicalbrit.com. Look on the left-hand side, you'll see it there. We're going to play some League of Legends. Go for it. It's on the EU side of it. It'll be a lot of fun. In about half an hour's time. A shout out, say this. I'm not going to say... Okay, maybe I'll say that. Derp-de-derp-de-tiddly-derp. That's to Ollie. Thank you. Oh, you're horrible. I feel... Excuse me. Gotta get the filth out of my mouth. In Flames, Call Through Knives, would you play it? No, because it's a terrible song. How dare you play something off of Reroute or before Colony, preferably, you heathen. A shout out to my best buddy Lupa, who is in Portugal right now, wishing him a safe journey home. That's from Steve's. And a shout out to Noddy for still playing WoW for no good reason. That's from Grin. Yes, indeed, you can have that. Who's that? A shout out to Slain Banrit from Silverhand US for killing heroic Putrazan and 25-man last night. How dare you be in that ivory tower of yours? How dare you? And shout out to Onin for saying play more Bloodlines Champions. Oh, I'm terrible at Bloodlines Champions. You don't want to be playing that game. It's ridiculous. And, I don't know what that is. What's recap thing? Next step, General Grievous. I think we'll just end the show on that note because whatever. Thank you ever so much. As always, you are in a fantastic live audience. Gotta love it. Big fan of your live audiences. Bring more people. Yes, indeed. The last ones were delicious. My name's been Total Biscuit. This has been Blue Police. Gonna do a track. I'm gonna do a little bit of a Steam roundup after this. If you want to stick around for that, then by all means do so. What can we play? What can we play? So many different requests for a variety of different things. I need something cheesy. What's the cheesiest thing that I have on my list right here? I can think of one thing indeed. Yes. Good night.